Hi, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree, and this is a reading for the energy of Capricorn. I'm using the Tattoo Tarot by Mega Munden, the African Tarot by Victoria Iva, and this is an oracle deck called the Talisman Oracle by Nora Pascaleva. So I'm going to draw the oracle card first, and we're going to work with the energies that way. Okay, and we're going to work with the oracle energy and then work backwards. Usually I draw the oracle card at the end, but I'm feeling a little different for this series. Now, I do apologize that my readings are sort of sporadic. I know the YouTube algorithm doesn't like that. And I don't know how my subscribers feel about it, but I'm doing the best that I can. So we have Eternal Charisma for you, Capricorn. And this is a beautiful card. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Let me transition. I usually have this set up when I first say hello and all of that. Eternal Charisma. So this deck is... she calls them talismans, but talisman is an object, right? And these I feel are sigils. And so she feels she's drawn some sigils for what these cards represent, and we are to use them, or we can use them as a point of meditation. And she also included some vellum in the box, and we can make our own sigils, which is pretty cool. So, Eternal, wait a minute, QRS, okay. It's in alphabetical order. So here is the sigil that she made that is related to Eternal Charisma. And so we can use this as a point of meditation, a point of focus. And and so if you would like, you can pause the video on the card and do a meditation on that. So here we go. You are captivating and have a charming personality that attracts others. You are charismatic and you radiate with a luminous glow. You have so much to offer. Believe in yourself and what you stand for, and don't be afraid to share your vision. Be a social butterfly and make connections with others as you pursue your dreams. Channel your strength, but don't be scared to show your vulnerability. Eternal charisma forms within. It is not defined by money or age. Charismatic souls are genuinely interested in people around them and make everyone feel special. Meditate with this card when you need to recharge your energy before or after a busy social event. Often, an overwhelming crowd can drain our batteries and leave us in a mood for quite some time. I'm sorry. Let me start that over. Often, an overwhelming crowd, I was projecting, I guess, can drain our batteries and leave us in a mood for quiet time with a book and a blanket. You can also use this card when you feel self-conscious or when you want to focus on your appearance. See yourself as a social butterfly that helps flowers open up and bloom, spreading the positive energy from flower to flower while drinking the sweet nectar of delight. And the mantra is, I attract others. Okay, all right. So perhaps we might be feeling a little drained, or perhaps we might be feeling that we're not extremely confident in our looks or what we're doing, or perhaps we're looking for ways in which to expand our social group, something like that. So we can use this card to meditate on that, to bring us back to the center, to bring us back into an energy that we have within us. We're just having a hard time perhaps tapping into that energy. All right, I've got to keep an eye on the time here. I have to go to my son's hockey game. Yes. All right. Capricorn for Eternal Charisma. Queen of Cups. Knight of Coins. And the Tower. Okay. So let me switch this view here for you. Oh, and it looks like we got a bit of a glare. Now we got more of a glare. Okay, that's a little better. Maybe I can scoot this down. Get it out of glare's way. It's so hard to get my everything set up. Every time I need to read cards, it just takes so long. I gotta get all the lighting, the angles. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to draw the rest of the cards before I go ahead and get started. The Tower, you know, the Tower is an abrupt change, but it's a necessary change. And we often are afraid of the Tower because we don't usually like change. It's something that's unexpected. And so oftentimes when the Tower shows up, people often, you know, get a little tight in the gut or just worried. But I don't want you to feel worried with this Tower here. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel that you can take on anything that gets thrown at you, right? And you've got to not be resistant to that energy as it's being thrown, because the more resistant you are, the less focused you're going to be in seeing other, you know, shrapnel being thrown at you. So it's best to stay in that warrior state of mind where you're focused and alert and not worried about having to, you know, pick up the pieces, what it's going to be like afterwards. You know, just deal with it as it comes. And it's not always easy, but at the end of it all, there's going to be a much needed change, a much needed just a feeling of like you can breathe now. So, and you probably don't even know that you needed you probably don't even know that you needed the change. And that's what the Tower is. It comes in and changes it abruptly, because if it were to ask your permission, you would probably say no. Close the door, right? Tell the Tower to leave. Be gone. So I'm putting it here because I don't have enough room up here for you to see your oracle card. I'll call these cards out in just a minute. Okay, and a reminder, this is the African Tarot by Victoria Iva. And this artwork is way different from the other two decks that I have of hers, and different from the art that she puts on her Instagram. If you're interested, check out where do I have? Oh, okay. So in the description box of the flip through of the African Tarot, which I will post below, it has a link to her Instagram, which is really cool. I think it's Victoria Black Art, something like that. But her name is Victoria Iva, and her art to me is just, I love it. It is a little dark. It's not African at all. And if you're familiar with the Guiding Light Tarot or the Black Tarot, that is her as well. Okay, so let's see what we have. So underneath our Queen of Cups, we have Strength, Page of Cups in reverse, Seven of Spears. Underneath the Knight of Coins in reverse, we have the Ace of Wands, Knight of Discs, same card, and the Eight of Spears. And the spears, by the way, are swords in the African Tarot. And then underneath the Tower, we have Judgment, and we have Four of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Discs in reverse. Okay, so we have two major arcana down here, one up there. I do like that these major arcana are all upright. And so what I'm seeing here with this Tower, that this abrupt change that's going to happen, it's going to put you in a situation in which you're going to have to take a look around you and see what is serving you. We've got Judgment here, and that's usually depicted as the angel heralding people rising from the dead. You know, it's that second chance, rebirth. And so when I see that card, my interpretation is, yes, it is a rebirth, but in order to be rebirthed, you kind of have to meet these standards, right? You have to meet the qualifications, if you will, to be rebirthed, to come into this second life. And in order to do that, in order to be rebirthed, we're going to take a couple of steps back before that happens. And before the angel comes, we want to take a look at everything that we're doing. Are we in line with our morals? Are we in line with our goals? Is everything that we're doing in the present going to help us rebirth, quote unquote, right? And so when this tower moment happens, this is going to give you an opportunity to look at those things in your life, to see if those things in your life, people in your life, things that you're doing, is it in line with how you want your life to be in, you know, say 10 years or whatever? Is it in line with your trajectory? Okay. It's similar to the star card in a way, but the star card is more of sort of a wish. Maybe I'm thinking of a budget because I'm also a bookkeeper. And the star card is sort of just saying, this is where I would like to be. Okay. But with Judgment, it's you're more active in it. You're more proactive too. So being that before the angel comes, you want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row, that you're doing everything that needs to be done so that you can take part in this rebirth. And so I'm seeing here, when this tower happens, you're going to have that opportunity, and you're actually going to be pushed into that. With our Four of Cups here, which is usually that card of complacency and, you know, like not really caring what's going around you, not caring about the gifts that you have, you know, that's in reverse. And so for me, I see that that's going to be an abrupt change. You're no longer going to accept the status quo. We also have the Ace of Discs in reverse, and this might be a little troublesome because I feel like this might be indicating that there might be some kind of issue with you letting some of these things go, right? It's going to be a little tough because there's going to be something tied to it which you feel can bring you feel that it can bring something to you in the future. You feel like it's a seed that needs to be sown. You feel like you're not going to want to part with this certain thing. And that's because of the future benefit, the opportunity, I guess you could say. But that's where it's going to take some of your, strength showed up over here, but I feel it's going to take a lot of contemplation and analyzing on your part to see if it's really worth it. Do you really want to keep this around? Just for the off chance that there might be an opportunity. And if there is an opportunity, are you sure you want to take part in that opportunity? Are these players, are they worthy of your time? Are they are they in line with your morals? So that's the general energy I feel from this tower here. And perhaps that's where eternal charisma is going to come in, is that though you might feel an attachment because there's a possibility that this might bloom into something, if they're not in line with your morals, with the direction you want to head your life, and if it's not, a complete win on your part, you might just have to let them go. But just remember, you've got that internal charisma, the eternal charisma, internal as well. It can be tapped into. You can be that social butterfly that you need to be to make new connections. You don't have to stay tied to this energy if it's not really what you want. And so, like I said, it's going to take a lot of analysis on your part to decide. You know, you're going to have to weigh the pros and cons. But just remember that you do have this eternal charisma. You can tap into this energy and you can make those new connections as you see fit. Okay. So for the Knight of Coins in reverse, it's very interesting that we have Knight of Coins in reverse here, our major energy, but then we have the Knight of Discs, same card, different name. And he's upright. And he's also next to this Ace of Wands here. And so I'm almost getting the feeling that you kind of know that this tower is going to come, but you're kind of like stepping around it. You know, I'm getting that picture of a horse just kind of, you know, kind of doing that fancy step, not really moving in any kind of direction, but just kind of looking like he's moving, you know. But I do feel that once this situation kind of makes light, there's going to be some opportunities for you. I do see this with this Ace of Wands coming here. There's going to be some activity. There's going to be some action. However, you know, this Eight of Spears down here, it does kind of look like you might just have some trepidation about that. But like I said, if you can harness this power of this charisma that you have within yourself, that's always been there and always will be there, you don't really need to be worried about it. So the Eight of Spears is our Eight of Swords, and I call it that mental monsters type card where we're too much in our own head. We're doubtful of ourselves. We just, you know, oh, that's not going to work because, you know, I'm not smart enough. It's that type of mental prison that we put ourselves in that constrains us in our physical life. And so that's a little bit what I see here. So like I said, it feels like you kind of know that something's going to be upended, but you're just kind of treading water in a way. You're not really wanting to move forward, which is okay, Capricorn. You know, we don't really want to, if I can continue with the analogy of water, we don't really want to make ripples in the pond all the time. You know, it might seem like it's a good idea, but we've got to follow our intuition, which is what this Queen of Cups is. Isn't she? She's a beautiful Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh, let me switch this so I can show you this Queen of Cups. This has got to be one of my faves. Just the color of this card, her cool tattoos that she has. I mean, this is just one of my favorite Queen of Cups cards. One of the things when I look for when I am buying a new deck, looking for a new deck, is I always look at all the queens. And, you know, the queens are my favorite. I look at the Death card as well. Three of Swords is another one because I always have so much problem with RWS on that one. And so I do feel like you're just going to have to use your intuition on this one, Capricorn. You might, like I said, be kind of stuck because of these might be opportunities, but they might not be in line with your morals and your trajectory or whatever. And you are possibly kind of stuck in your head. Sorry if you hear my dogs barking. I think we're having a Amazon delivery at the moment. So my daughter is waiting on something. My husband ordered her a vanity, and so she ordered all of this stuff to organize it. She's got all these little compartments, these little clear acrylic boxes to put all of her skincare, her hair stuff, her makeup. She's only 11, mind you. And so all of that's getting delivered today and tomorrow. However, the vanity is not going to be delivered till the 22nd. Poor thing. Anyhow, she's waiting for all that stuff, and she just can't wait to get started. She even drew a little diagram of where everything's going to go. She drew a very good picture of her vanity, and then she has, she called it architecture style. She has like little arrows of all of where everything's going to go and all of the drawers and the shelves and all that. So very cute, very, very cute. Okay, so using your intuition to sort of weed out this stuff that is not really, it's not really what you want, okay? Using your intuition to work with this judgment card here, the judgment energy rather, in kind of clearing the things out that aren't serving you. And actually these two, the Tower and Judgment, these guys are really good partners. I mean, yes, this is a good way to get you back on the right track here. Okay, so Queen of Cups, Strength, Page of Cups in reverse, Seven of Spears. So I feel here that, like I said, you kind of know that this Tower moment is happening, okay? And I think it's going to be real important for you to trust your intuition. Page of Cups is more of a discovery card, kind of looking into things, being curious about stuff. The Queen of Cups is more secure and knowing exactly what it is. You know, she calls a spade, and she is absolutely sure. There's no curiosity. She just knows, right? Whereas the Page of Cups, you know, he's still kind of looking behind corners and sort of making calculations and stuff. And so the energy that you want to carry really is being sure, following that first gut reaction. You know, one of the things that I have to remember in tarot when I'm reading tarot is that first thing that comes to my head is what I need to pull out. If I start like analyzing it too much and saying, oh, well, this and this is reverse, but then this means that, and what does Rider-Waite-Smith say about that? You know, it just, the message just becomes too jumbled up for me. And my intuition is no longer holding the reins. It's more of my analytical mind, remembering all of my studies and remembering what the book said, remembering what this person said, remembering what that video said, as opposed to using my intuition as a guide. And I find that when I read the cards and I follow my intuition, the reading flows a lot easier. The words come out a lot better. And so that's the energy that you need for the Queen of Cups, is taking that first light that comes, as opposed to using this analytical curiosity, calculating, just analytical, just working with the mind as opposed to working with the heart and the intuition and the gut, right? So just remember to use that type of intuition. Remember to use that type of feeling and emotion. Strength and the Seven of Spears. So, you know, I mean, I think this is all just going into that message, is using that initial spark, that initial flash of information, that initial answer that you get, and trusting that, and trusting that that's the way that you need to be, that's the way that you need to go, as opposed to really analyzing things and kind of getting caught up in your mind with that. So overall, I think this is a really good reading. Like I said, don't be afraid of these towers. As long as you can just come at it with clarity, and come at it in a way like you're in a battle. You know, you're focused, you're aware, you know what's going on around you. You'll be able to assess the situation and decide on a course of action, as opposed to, you know, hiding under a rock and just with your eyes closed and just waiting for, you know, for you not to die. It's much better if you kind of, you're alert and you can see things coming at you. And if you're huddled, you can't see anything coming. So like I said, just be alert for this tower. Just and be alert as it's happening, and use the energy of these two guys, these two partners here. Use this energy to help clear something out that is no longer serving you. Even if it is giving up an opportunity, you're going to have something coming in the future, and it might be a little bit better than what you have here. Ace of Wands upright is better, I would say. Ace of Discs in reverse. And follow your intuition, and remember to tap into that inner charisma that you have. Tap into that. We all have it, okay? Tap into that inner charisma to make those new connections that you need to make with them, and have that charisma and that excitement to get something started. All right. All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and can't think of anything else to say except for take care, and I'll see you next video. Bye.